Welcome to the Transum Podcast, a monthly roundup of the new features on the transum.org website, providing mathematical puzzles, games, learning activities, and the ever-popular mathematics lesson starter of the day. Here's your host, John Tranter.
Hello and welcome to podcast number 22 for July 2016. And you can find a complete transcript of this podcast at transum.org/newsletter. Right. Before the end of this podcast, you are challenged to find 5 two-digit numbers that are multiples of 3. And the 10 digits used in your 5 numbers must all be different. Okay, there you go. That's the puzzle for this month. Something to think about as you're driving or jogging or travelling on the train or whatever you do while you listen to this podcast. The answer will be at the end. Right, so lots more new activities have been added to the Transum website during the last month. The very latest of which has only just gone live. It's called Bid Maze and is a numeracy challenge requiring guiding a token through different mazes, picking up mathematical operations on the way. Successfully completing a stage requires that the order of operations produces the given target. And there are 10 stages in each level, and there are 3 levels. Level 1 targets the basic 4 rules, with positive numbers. Level 2 extends this to include negative numbers, and level 3 includes finding squares and square roots. And believe me, it's quite addictive. So that is called Bid Maze, and that is the latest activity to have been uploaded. And remember, the links to these activities are in transum.org/newsletter. Snooker Angles is a game for 1 or 2 players or teams, and it involves the ability to estimate the angle or bearing of the direction the ball should travel to go in any one of the 6 pockets around the borders of the snooker table. So that's a fun activity that's now live for getting used to using bearings. Where's Wallaby is an activity for pupils involving coordinates. And for those who have learnt it, Pythagoras' theorem, although that's not necessary. So what happens is that you have to guess where the wallaby is hiding on the grid. You select a point by typing in its coordinates, and then you're told how far away your guess is away from the hiding place of the wallaby. You've then got to figure out whereabouts it might be using your skills of, you could use loci or Pythagoras or just guess and test. But the idea is finding where the wallaby is hiding. If you're a Transub subscriber, you have access to the settings that change the way clues are given and how many wallabies must be found before a trophy is awarded. So that's something else to have a go at. Now, one of the favourite games that I've used for many years as a teacher, sort of at the end of term, is called 23 or Bust. And it's a game that is very simple to learn how to play, not many rules, but there are some interesting strategies that are involved for winning the game. So now there is an online interactive version of this game designed for either 2 players or 1 player against the computer. And by playing the game a number of times, pupils will start to realise that there is a strategy, and there's an optional worksheet that can be printed off for them to sketch some of their ideas of what the strategy might be and what the best moves are from each position in the game. So that's well worth having a look at.
You are listening to the Transum Podcast. You can find Transum Mathematics at www.transum.org.
Counter couldn't be simpler. The title says it all, it counts. This resource can be found in the Shine and Write collection and is designed for teachers to project in the classroom on the whiteboard. And there are a number of learning activities that the teacher could lead with Counter. Some of them are listed on the page, but if you have any other ideas, please add them in the comments section. So basically, it's just a big counter that you can vary the speed, the steps. You can have sounds, different notes for the digits in the counting sequence, and it can be used for a variety of learning experiences. Finally, Standard Order provides a drag and drop list of numbers in standard form for pupils to order. Another example of an activity that it's hard to replicate in a hard copy textbook, but with the fact that you can drag and drop the numbers on the screen, it's very useful. Okay then, so let's have a look at the solution to this month's puzzle, which was come up with 5 two-digit numbers that are all multiples of 3, and the 10 digits used in your 5 numbers must all be different. Well, there are many different solutions. It's not that difficult to work them out, but one of them, for example, is 12, 36, 45, 78, and 90. So each of those numbers are divisible by 3, and the digits 0 to 9 are used once each. So I suppose the interesting thing here is knowing whether a number is divisible by 3 if it's larger than the numbers that you normally see in the 3 times table. So there is a trick for quickly determining if a number is divisible by 3, and you can find that with tricks for the other tests for divisibility on a page on the Transom website, as you can guess, called Divisibility Tests. That's a link to in the newsletter. And you can find more challenges similar to this month's puzzle on the Hot Numbers Challenges page. And this works well if the students have counters or cards with the digits 0 to 9 written on them, and then you present them with the challenge, and then they have to make the numbers that meet your criteria. Okay, well, that's all for this month's podcast. For those in the Northern Hemisphere, have a wonderful summer holiday. There won't be a podcast in August, but I'll be back in September. Have a good one.
Thank you for downloading and listening to the Transom podcast. You can find the website at www.transom.org, where you're welcome to use all of the activities absolutely free, or jump in with both feet and become a Transom subscriber.